Yeah. Hey, open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You were always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my whole cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off and running from Landover. Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They bring their tight end left. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Has it downfield, working the left. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Second down run by Pacheco. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Give him a yard back on the play. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Chased out to his right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Offense in the hurry up here.
I'll pick up the 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Pacheco. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Gay with the point after. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Mayfield comes out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of a game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
Trying again following the sack. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. It just couldn't quite find the connection.
Could not beat the defender there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And the punt team downs this one just inside the 40. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. A counter give here to Pacheco. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw, Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. They kick the running back in motion. On 4th down, here's Watson. He lets a heater go deep. His first throw is an interception. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
That play good for 17 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And this is intercepted. Picked off by Gm1. And the Commanders have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
Mayfield pass intercepted. The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another try following the sack. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first two plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely third down pickup.
Third and long for Daniels. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking, big gain downfield. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
Here's second and 14. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up third down.
It's now third down and 14.
Daniels now. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
It's close and no good. It connects with that left upright. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
That one's caught along the left sideline. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. All set up now for first and 10. Irving here from the... He gets crushed behind the line and the ball comes out. And the Commanders pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway. Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now they send their back in motion right. He's on the move. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
That's just a total team effort right there, Kate. Defense was relentless on that play. Some of them chased him from the pocket. The others, well, they took away the easy throwing lane, and it really influenced that incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, Daniels. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. The Commanders ready for the punt. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Baker now off the play fake. He lofts it deep left. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Starting from the 5. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll take over here, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Daniels on 1st down. That's completed right side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's 2nd and 7. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. They've got a man in motion. Now Daniels off the play action. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. Touchdown, Washington. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Gay to add the extra point. And he misses the point after, so this stays a 6-point game. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he'll be just shy of getting to at least the 20. Bit of a short return as he's out at the 19. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. This finds Evans, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's going to be taken down right around the 39. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That is Kyler Gordon. And the Commanders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Man in motion here. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Pacheco. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Daniels, 3rd and goal. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders pick it off and get ensuing drive. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders bump the lead up to 13 points. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Crosses midfield, and he's still going. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Us quarterbacks, Kate, yeah, you'll hear us say things like our best friends are the blockers up front or the go-to receivers. But a returner who could give you a short field coming out just like that, well, he's someone maybe you take to dinner during the week as a thank you for that great field position.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Baker now from the gun. He's got it over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. On the give, this is Irving. And he gets him around 6 there. All down that time by Jonathan Jones. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Mayfield now from the gun. Brought in close to the 8. And he's down to the 8 before going out. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's the give to Irving. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Looking for an open man.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they're the quickest reactions as well. You needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Baker to throw. He's got it.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on 4th and goal. Mayfield to throw for it. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 1-score game before halftime. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. On the move, headed right. Finds a man right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Second down and 10. Daniels. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Daniels throwing on third. Got for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's that car wash ball. Just come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. And to do it with that kind of accuracy down the field, this dude's elite.
On first down, here's Daniels. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Putting a receiver in motion. Again, Daniels to the air. Brought in right side. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll come up first and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up second and 7.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Throw left side, complete. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only 2 seconds left in the half, so on comes the field goal unit. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that'll make it a 2-score game. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Can't happen. I mean, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. Buys time, rolling right. He's on the move. And he gets this across the 10 before stepping out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Has him on the quick hitter. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Irving on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and just 2 to go. Once again, Irving. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He finds Johnson. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. This finds Evans, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Mayfield to throw again. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this down to the 13. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Tight end going in motion here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Intended target there was Mike Evans. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Baker throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And it's back to a 1-score game now. The deficit is 6.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Daniels off the play action. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 38. Forced out to his right. Finds him on the crossing route. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. To throw, Daniels. The Buccaneers get there and bring him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Has his man. It's Pacheco. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal. They'll run. Pacheco is across the line for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders push their lead further to start the half. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Commanders leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point try coming up.
Washington will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running right, it's Irving. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders take over as he records his 10th career INT. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Pacheco has the Washington touchdown. The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one right down the middle. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Commanders will take over with the football just outside the 30. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. This is the end of the... To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Gay to add the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 23-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Baker now from the gun. He's got time here. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Intended target there was Mike Evans. So that brings up 4th and long.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And they pick him off again! Picked by their rookie out of Florida State. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception.
Hey, yo, fresh out the beta game.